Interweb, and do not laugh at my opening. I am the anime hero as always, and it was hard getting to this week's episode up, although I was able to actually find a way and get everything uploaded, and as I said it myself, but with Heath Ledger behind me. Well, I have an episode for you, and it was, I hope you like it. I'm sorry if the quality's sort of gone down. It's just temporary, and I'll get some better quality videos up as soon as possible. But until then, at least I'll have videos out for you guys to watch. So this time we're gonna do the Dragon Ball series, from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super, all of them. We're gonna go over characters, plot, and then give a few final words before giving an overall assessment with grade from an F- to an A+. And so we're going to start off obviously with Dragon Ball, where we first see the series. You're first introduced to Son Goku, who what we just assume is a little boy with a tail, and his little grandpa is supposed to be in a Dragon Ball, and he meets a girl named Bulma who's searching for all of the Dragon Balls. It's a legend. There's a legend that if you gathered all 7 of them, the almighty dragon Shenron would grant you a wish. And then with that episode 1, it kind of kicks off, and they go through adventures, and they meet a lot of people that carries over into the next series. Through various villains, you get the Red Ribbon Army and Emperor Pilaf. After I forgot the last episode of Ball was, but this was the starting point of the series, and I feel like nothing really compared to it in the following years, as experience-wise. When I first watched Dragon Ball, I definitely had a different experience than I did when I watched Dragon Ball Z, and I feel like even when I revisited all this stuff, I never got to relive that experience. And there's just something special about Dragon Ball for being the starting one. Speaking of this personal experience, I'll pass it over to my co-host, who was ever so quiet as we did the openings, to give us a brief synopsis of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, Dragon Ball Z is sort of like a sequel series to Dragon Ball. It was created to it was supposed to kind of finish out the series, but it starts out and the Saiyan Raditz shows up to find Son Goku, which is his brother, and they fight. Goku dies from Piccolo, and then they go and Goku's dead for a while. They resurrect him with the Dragon Balls, and if you haven't watched this, they use the Dragon Balls a lot to resurrect people. And so they fight Vegeta and Nappa, the other 2 Saiyans that are still alive, and pretty much Goku, he kills both of them. Well, he kills Nappa, and then Vegeta gets away barely with his life, and then they end up at Namek, and he fights Frieza and all that good stuff. But basically, he's trying to become the strongest, always, and then a whole bunch of issues always come up that lead him into different epic battles, against Frieza, which is 4 hours and some change of screen time, which is the record of today. I looked it up last night, and that's pretty much a good little summary. At the end of Dragon Ball Z, they try to shift the focus onto Gohan during the Cell Saga. That's why Goku died, but it was such a bad idea. Everybody thought it was such a bad idea that it was completely scrapped. And then they created Goten, tried to do the same thing, but exact same thing happened. And then they did a 10 years later episode, and then GT was born.
Alright, now that being said, as you pass it back over to me to cover GT, as of making this video, GT is my favorite of the 4 series. I don't include Kai, because Kai is just the clean abridged version of Dragon Ball. I think that's a good way of saying it. It's the clean abridged. I mean, it's Dragon Ball except shorter. Yeah. So I don't go with the abridged means to shortened. So I don't include Kai as its own individual series, as it brought nothing unique to the table. GT is my personal favorite for many reasons. It's the same as Ball. Watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, I got a feeling that first watching it, and it was, I can't explain the feeling, but it was something that's almost never been compared to until I saw One Piece. But at Dragon Ball, it takes place, Episode 1 takes place 10 years later at a World Martial Arts Tournament, but there's almost nothing really of anything to point out there other than the fact that Goku finds Majin Buu, the final villain of Dragon Ball Z. He finds his reincarnation, Oob, and is training him to become the next protector of Earth. And then Episode 2 takes place, I believe, like 8 years after that, where Emperor Pilaf from Dragon Ball now used the Black Star Balls, which I feel horrible that I got this wrong so bad. It's kind of weird. I don't like the way they did the stuff, but uses the Shadow Star Balls, which are like a stronger version, Black Star, which are a stronger version of the regular Dragon Balls, to summon the ultimate Shenron and get the he wishes Goku back into a child. After that, you have three main sagas. You have the Baby Saga and the Maybe Saga, Super 17, and Omega Shenron Saga. And while they're all unique, that's based... In the Baby Saga, a truffle from the planet Vegeta comes and they fight him, kill Baby. Super 17, Android 17 from the Cell Saga back in Z, comes back and merges with an alternate version of himself to become more stronger. I wish I hadn't have said that.
More stronger.
Stronger, so he could kill Goku. They kill him, and then the Omega Shenron Saga, where they're going out in space to find all the Black Star Dragon Balls. I feel like the ones in their head are called the Shadow Star ones, but they find the Black Star Dragon Balls and they gather them together, and then Omega Shenron's born, and then they fight him, the strongest villain ever. And then after the fight, Goku goes away. I guess it's supposed to be their way of trying to show us that he died or some kind of...
It's kind of up for debate. If you watch, if you go watch a video, every video will be kind of different, so we're not even going to go into that. But then,
I do think it's supposed to be like a softer way of death.
Well,
this is a kid show. Remember?
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like they couldn't figure out a way to end the series, so they just kind of like went off with something that nobody knew what was going on, kind of.
Yeah.
And so after that, it's been a lot of years. It's been a long time. And
we get the atrocity of a movie that is known as Dragon Ball Evolution.
And then Battle of the Gods comes out. Battle of the Gods, pretty good movie.
The movies will be covered at a later date. Or some other time.
And then Revival of F comes out. And that's when we come to Super. Super, it comes...
Scared the crap out of me.
It covers, the
from Battle of the Gods,
Revival of F,
and then
keeps going. So Battle of Gods, the beginning of the series of Super, they're fighting. They kind of start fighting.
A god of destruction.
This is my part.
Ow!
Such a freaking mouth. I step on any of your lines, cuz.
Well, more stronger.
Step on any of your lines, cuz. I'm trying to talk, cuz. Anyways, try to get ghetto real quick, but they start by introducing Lord Barris, and Lord Barris has like kind of like a dream type thing, and sees something called Super Saiyan God. He goes to Earth trying to find Super Saiyan God because it's the only Saiyans alive or on Earth. He goes there, he finds Goku. They don't know anything about it, and they wish for they gather Dragon Balls, well, they already have Dragon Balls, but they wish from Shenron to know how to do it, and they figure it out. They don't have enough Saiyans, but they use Videl that is pregnant with Gohan's baby, so there's a Saiyan inside. So they come Super Saiyan God, they fight. Goku kind of, well, he loses, and Barris is going to destroy Earth, but he pretends to fall asleep, and then because he doesn't want to do it, and
he pretends that he's out of power.
Huh?
Pretends that he's out of power.
But he actually falls asleep.
He's like,
you haven't watched Super, dude. You haven't watched Super. So, anyways, ignore his ignorance, but he actually goes to sleep, and then they come to they haven't. I don't think they've done it yet, but it's supposed to be Revival F. Revival of F consists of Frieza being resurrected, and huh?
So they haven't done it. Why are you going over it?
Because it's gonna be the next step. Anyways, Frieza gets resurrected. He comes to Earth after training to get another form, and it's called Golden Frieza. And then they fight. Frieza destroys the Earth, but then Whis brings it back 3 minutes, and then Goku hits Kamehameha wave to destroy his face, and he dies. And then I don't know, we're here, so pass it back to him.
Yeah, so then there's the actual plot to Super that is weird.
Oh, I didn't even explain that. Okay.
Yeah.
Super, it's after they cover the movies that they've already done, they're gonna go and basically they're looking for
Super Dragon Balls.
Dragon Ball Super Dragon Balls. And these Dragon Balls are freaking gigantic, and they're scattered between dimensions, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of dimensions. I think it's like 15.
15.
15
Wow.
is a lot. 15 dimensions. Okay, and they're scattered between those dimensions.
I guess my videos are a lot of minutes if they go over freaking 15.
I'm pretty sure they're probably like, oh my god, what are they doing right now, man? This video's dragging on for no reason, man.
Just like Dragon Ball Z.
Gosh, man.
Alright, well, that's the basic overview of all of it. I will cut you.
Nah. Anyways, so they find this guy named Champa is another Lord of Destruction in another universe, and that's pretty much all we have from that so far. And so pass it back to him now.
Alright, so we've gone over a lot of the major characters, but you get Goku, who is the headstrong idiot who is supposed to be the savior of the universe, with the supporting cast of Vegeta, who should, by all intent and purposes, be stronger than Goku, but he is the Prince of all Saiyans.
King of
one
all
of the
Saiyans.
one of the last surviving members of the Saiyan race. We have his son, Goku's son, Gohan, Piccolo and Namekian, and various other ones that aren't even worth mentioning. Ten Shinhan and all them.
Z Fighters, which is some of the Z Fighters.
Yeah, Z Fighters.
Google it.
Now we're gonna go into like the entire overview of the entire series. So as a whole, meh. It has its ups and it has its downs. And that's contested if you ask either one of us. It's good that we're both doing this because it's a balanced out. He likes Dragon Ball Z while I prefer GT.
Not canon. We're not going to that though.
Yes.
No argument. No matter. Don't say nothing else.
There's a video.
Don't say anything else. Just keep going with the video. Okay.
I will plug my own videos. Thank you very much.
Do you want me to take back my phone, cuz? Give me my phone right now, cuz. That's what I thought. Okay.
I'll take back my Wi-Fi.
As soon
as they find out a way to. Anyways, so a series as a whole, I feel like has its ups and downs. One of the downs is they decided to keep going. Let me explain. A series that has a good ending should always stay gone. I wouldn't ask them to bring back Inuyasha because Inuyasha ended well. Or some of the older ones like Yu Yu Hakusho or Saint Seiya. Sailor Moon, which they actually did bring back though. Sad.
They just did like a...
But older stuff. If it ends good, then why try to fix it? Why try to keep going and potentially ruin it? And that's happened to a lot of things. Cough, cough, the new Ghostbusters. Anyways.
Ghostbusters never been good.
No, Ghostbusters has been the best. That's a different video. That's where I start doing movies. But yes, I do feel like Super, they're sort of trying to stretch out what they can do now. And it could potentially be bad. It really could be bad. We're only just so far in, and they're only just, like, finishing up Battle of the Gods, so who knows, but I'm willing to place my money that they're going to end up messing it up, and they're going to lose a lot of fans.
On the other hand, I think that Super actually has an interesting plot, and is going to kind of add something new to the whole series.
It sounds like Toriyama ran out of ideas. Oh crap, I did Super Saiyan 4, I've done all the other Majin Buu stuff. What do I need to do now to keep the series going? I know, let's travel dimensions.
And how you don't know what could be in those other dimensions.
You know, like I said,
more Saiyans and all that good stuff.
Alright, that's true. That's what I'm saying. There's a chance that it won't ruin it, but I want you to look at the track record of things that have been remade and revamped. And look at the track record of good, the very small list, compared to the bad, which is a very longer list. I'm going just from history. Yeah, there are the exceptions, and for all I know, this could be the exception. But if I have to make an early on prediction, I will say that they'll lose a couple of fans. More than a couple. They'll lose a lot of fans.
About 6.
No, they'll lose quite... I feel like they might lose quite a bit, because the idea is just really convoluted. Alright, well, moving on to the speculation, let's go to the hard facts of the 3 other series. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and GT. As I said, each of them provided me with a unique experience, providing them the order of my favorites. GT, Ball, Z, Super. And then Kai is off into the wasteland that I consider the least... Never mind. Anyways, Z ranks really far low because I found Dragon Ball after Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, oh, this is so much better. It was so much funnier. I laughed more because Toriyama says that it was supposed to be a comedy at first. And then, going back to Z, I realized how much things drag out compared to Dragon Ball. If you look at some of the entire arcs for Dragon Ball, they're a lot shorter than Dragon Ball Z's arcs. While stretching out arcs can be a good thing, as I'm a fan of One Piece that's been on for 600 episodes now, it can also, if you don't bring enough to each episode, it can end up being boring. Boring. It can end up being boring like Ghost in the Shell, where their entire story was amazing, but the reason it took so long, the series itself could have been like 6 episodes, but they tried to stretch it out to 12, so there are episodes where nothing happens and it's boring, and that's, I feel like, what happened with Z. There are moments where things are boring.
Start wrapping it up.
Yeah, I will.
You're just ranting on at this point.
I think I do stuff the way I do stuff, because there's a reason. I try to give a complete... So if anybody's watching this that hasn't seen it, I can give them a forewarning of the bad stuff. But there's also good stuff. It's definitely something to keep you entertained. If I had to recommend one to start out with, I would recommend Dragon Ball. It's very funny. It has a lot more of the comedy. But as we come to the final part, we're going to give a grading on how good the series was. Now, our 2 grades are going to be vastly different because of how we each judge things. While my co-host prefers action and something that gets you hype, I prefer looking things deeper and trying to compare it as something serious, a serious piece of literature, instead of something that just screams for half an hour.
Okay.
So my final rating is a C-. With good points and bad points, I feel like this is a very fair point. There's things that could be improved on, and going into Super, I really hope they don't mess this up. But I feel like this is a fair rating, and it balances out the negative and the positive of it.
Well, my grade would have to be an A+. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, I would give it a B. Especially if you're just getting into anime, it's a great starter. It's like, if you're not into anime, it's not really, I don't know how to explain it. It's not really, like,
traditional anime.
Yeah, like, strongly, like, traditional anime. It's pretty good. I recommend going into it, like, maybe watching it from Z and then going back to Dragon Ball and then exploring GT. but keep in fact that it's gonna have so many plot holes because GT's not canon. But
okay, yeah, like I said, I have a video of the canon part of GT in my channel.
I can't remember if I'm in that video. But anyways,
No, you're in the video about Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
But I would give it a B because there's definitely room for improvement, and I love this. It's my favorite so far. Well, it's probably not. Well, I would say it's my favorite because it's like what I started with. But I love that I gave it a B. It has room for improvement, but it's great to me. It gave me like oh my god, what's going on? What's gonna happen next? Kind of like, but only because it was my first anime.
All right, so now as I'm gonna wrap this up at about the 21-minute mark. God, this is long. Leave in the comments what you want. Do you want Noragami, Blue Exorcist, or Black Lagoon, or Bakuman? 5 choices: Blue Exorcist, Bakuman, Black Lagoon, or Noragami. So like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you next time.
Wait, don't stop it. Wait. Shout out to my channel, you know, gotta shout myself out. Mixtape drop in 2020. But Dragon Reviews, I don't really have any videos on, but I'm probably gonna start posting videos very, very, very soon. I'm probably gonna post a better video than this, like on the same subject though. More professionally.
Mine was professional, thank you.
But I'm probably gonna do Akame ga Kill, Sword Art Online,
Aren't you in my Akame ga Kill video?
Attack on Titan, and
We're in my Attack on
etc.,
Titan video
etc.
too.
But
What was your
other than that, peace out, guys.
Oh, see, now I gotta make it go to the 22-minute mark. See what Alright, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, comment what you want to see next. Noragami, Black Lagoon, Blue Exorcist, or Bakuman. Those are the 4 choices. I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace out.